AFTERBUZZ TV network. Now the largest new media platform on the web and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. Very good. AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com. And streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Wicked Single After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and give you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Wicked Single After Show.
We have a new host in the building for tonight's episode, number 3, Pahty Hahdah for Wicked Single. Introduce yourself, please.
What's up, AfterBuzz peeps? My name's Naz Perez, and I will be host here on our Wicked Single AfterBuzz show.
And
Hi,
are you
everyone.
single?
Are you single?
I am Wicked Single.
Nice. So now she's officially in.
You're allowed.
Yeah, definitely an expert in that field. So.
All right, well, Naz, where are you on Twitter so your fans can tweet to you?
All right, you guys can tweet me at the Naz Perez, TheNazPerez. Yeah, the Naz Perez.
What about you guys?
You can find me at Alex Schiffman.
And I'm at JeffMasters1 on Twitter.
And because Jeff Masters doesn't remember my Twitter handle, I'll say it again for everybody.
I'm going to write it down.
He tweeted to somebody else before the show.
That's not
I don't know
on
who
the
it was.
show.
Another lucky Gabby out there. I've got you, babe.
So my Twitter handle is Gabrielle _LOREN Loren.
Oh, great.
So yeah, make sure you write that down. So Wicked Single episode number 3.
Pahty Hahdah.
Do you guys think they pottied Hahdah this episode? What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, Rachel definitely Pahty Hahdah. She had to go home early from that date, we saw.
Yeah, once again, there was lots of alcohol, lots of Sky vodka, or the Svedka.
Svedka, which I hate. If anyone knows me, I hate Svedka.
You hate it.
That's
There's
like
bad hangovers.
cheap vodka, bad hangover.
But this is definitely, you know, when they say episodes get better as they go because you get to know the characters more, I definitely loved this episode the best. And I don't know, the whole Rachel and Nikki double date thing, that was like...
That was a
Wait,
lot.
Yeah.
being that you just said that you like the show as the episodes go on.
Yeah, because I feel like we're getting to know the
the
characters.
characters.
Yeah.
So we were talking about kind of who we liked last episode for AfterBuzz. So what characters do you kind of lean more towards?
I mean, Nikki's so lovable, and I'm a chubby chaser, so Chubs, I love you out there.
We love you, Chubs.
Yeah, he's just so great. He's so funny. But the things that Nikki says is just crazy. But I also can totally relate to Rachel because, you know, who doesn't want to find like a rich guy, you know? I do. I mean, recession these days, it's like a real thing.
You are so
Yeah, we talked
funny.
about that last week, how Rachel's super relatable because she's just looking for a man, and so are all of us.
I know.
But why was Nikki so nervous with her date? Like, she was like hyperventilating, she couldn't breathe, she thought she was gonna vomit. Like,
Yeah,
I couldn't
let's
understand.
talk about that double
yeah.
date going on with Rachel and Nikki. She was so nervous to just meet the guy.
Yeah, that
She
was
was like,
weird.
I'm going on a blind date and everyone's blind. Did you hear her say that?
Everyone is
I think she forgot about her friend Rachel because she's not blind.
No. That was, and you know, that was kind of harsh of Rachel not to let her know that the guy was 7 years younger.
Yeah,
I know.
7 years younger.
Yeah, he was 12, right? Or
Yeah.
13.
He was 25. She's like 32, I think.
Yeah, but I thought she said she was
Yeah,
30.
she said she was 30, so that was a little confusing because maybe Rachel just can't count.
I've
Or
heard her
maybe
say she's
Nikki has no
28,
idea
so
how
I
old
don't
she
know.
is, which is
Yeah,
probably
according
what the
to
deal
Rachel, I got 32 and 25.
Yeah.
From what she
From
said.
the 7-year difference, yeah. But when that guy showed up, he looked pretty young.
He's young.
No, but speaking of her freaking out though, like backtracking when she was like on the phone with her, I was surprised that like Rachel's sitting here getting her hair done. Like
She
she's
brought in
like
her glam team. That's what she
Rachel
called
has
them.
a hair and makeup team.
Yeah, for like
Don't
a
we
first
all
date,
want one of
that's a
those?
Which, you
lot.
know what? That's not a bad idea. You know, maybe that's why I've been single. It worked for her. I mean, PJ liked her.
Poor Nikki, though, put all that effort in for no results.
I just think it's a lot of
She had
effort for, like, a
eyebrows.
first date for somebody you don't know.
Yeah, it's a lot. And what about that green streak she put in the hair?
I know. What was that about?
It kind of matched the bra that was sticking out of the white dress. That wasn't supposed to be there.
That's a really good point. That's
Rachel
a really
in the
good point.
bra.
Well, I was very confused the whole time with Nikki's look. So we know she's a natural blonde because her eyebrows are like see-through.
Right.
They're maybe non-existent.
Clear, it's the new black.
And she's got this like fading tan, so her mouth is very tan, and her lips are brown lipstick. It kind of fades in. It's like a very pale forehead. I'm just very confused with her like Rebel Wilson look that we've got going on.
She is such a Rebel Wilson.
She is, but who doesn't love Rebel Wilson? That's
know.
why I love Nikki. Like, Nikki is my Snooki.
She
You
is
just
going to be the
have
new
to love
Snooki.
her.
I think she's going to blow up after this.
You
for
have
sure.
to
Oh,
love her.
she definitely is. And you know what also I loved? She said this in the show. She said, I don't want avocado. I'm not from California. That is like...
that was her date.
Stevie
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant to say. On their
know.
date. And honestly, I was obsessed with this because everyone here eats avocado. I'm obsessed with avocado.
I was just telling Alex that. Alex is from Calabasas, and she's like, we're not known for avocados.
know,
And I'm
I
from
know.
Florida, and I'm like, Florida's
Really?
known for oranges.
Okay.
California's
I know
known for
Absolutely.
avocados.
I know California's known for avocados, but anyone that actually has lived here their whole life, they don't.
But everyone eats it with everything.
No, they totally
Yeah,
do.
because it's delicious.
No, but it's in
Exactly.
everything here. It's like the California salad,
and-
avocado.
And
That's
the East
right.
Coast,
California
it's like
burger.
$3 for an avocado. Here, like 97 cents. Yeah, I'll have 9 with my burger.
Yeah,
But let's
thank
talk
you.
about that date because Stevie just got increasingly drunk, and the drunker he got, the more rude he was.
I know, he
to
was
Nikki.
telling-
Like, how uncomfortable was that date? Like, PJ and Rachel were just, loving life, like ordering, him being such a gentleman to Rachel, and then Stevie and is barely looking at Nikki, talking to the girl at the next table, telling her how beautiful she was, which she wasn't very attractive. Like, I mean, Nikki's a little bit more exciting in my eyes, but he doesn't like her, and he doesn't even take the time. He didn't speak to her once. He just kept drinking.
Until the end, when he tells her that he wants to F her.
Which I think was so sad because obviously the whole point of this was he wasn't happy with who he was going out on the date with.
Right.
So he drank himself into oblivion and then started hitting on the person at the next table, but yet wants to still get it in.
But Gabby, we did get a little eye candy because how do you feel about Stevie before he started drinking?
Listen, he's okay for a kid, but like Nikki said, I want a man, not a kid. You know what I mean?
I completely agree. But you know how last week we talked about it. We predicted,
Eye candy,
we hoped
yeah.
that some eye candy would come on the show.
Something better, but not amazing.
But not amazing.
But you know what, PJ's some okay eye candy right now from what we're.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
PJ's
He's a
good.
step up. PJ's a step up.
I think he is. I
definitely
think
agree.
him and Rachel are really, really cute together. I think it's sad that she kind of messed it up at the end because she got really, really drunk. And
Did she though? Did she? Because he kissed her goodbye.
Yeah, but he had to carry her up the stairs. She totally.
I think
for
she was
me,
putting it on.
She totally went from this like connoisseur, I'm throwing this wine party, to this girl that needs to be carried up. Like, you finally have a chance, Rachel. Like, why'd you mess it up?
Do you
You know
think
what
that's
I
her
mean?
chances completely though?
I don't think so. I think he kind of likes her.
I think he likes her too, but
my
she's being
favorite part when he's
immature.
Like, bye. She's like, bye, PJ, thank you. And he didn't answer. And she's like, PJ, say thank you. And he's like, to you? Like, I took you on the date. And then he kissed her goodbye. So I feel like maybe she just, I don't think she completely ruined her chances.
I don't know, but the way she had him carry her everywhere and like she
Over
really
the
couldn't
shoulder.
function
Over
or
the
like
shoulder.
complete sentences before the date ended. I mean, you could tell he was just like at the end of the day he was over it,
100%,
And that
yeah.
really sucks because it's a first date. Like you want to make your best impression.
And he seems like a pretty good catch.
Yeah, and if
for
you don't
Rachel.
want to like leave off, she even said it. You don't want to come off as drunk on the first date. It's a bad impression.
And she couldn't walk. Yeah,
And she
was
couldn't
wasted.
walk.
How many
Yeah.
drinks do you think is appropriate on a first date?
I would say, I always try to catch up with like the person that I'm dating. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like if he's having 2, then I need to have 2.5. And then obviously like the 3 that you have before they pick you up. You know?
Oh God.
Oh, I
Which,
need my
like,
A
free
game, so that means I
game
need, like
a day.
half a glass.
But if you're trying to catch up to them and they keep going, you're just gonna all get wasted.
Then you're gonna look like
Yeah, but then
Stevie.
it's like a good time. But Stevie, first of all, I don't want to get into
Rachel.
legal here, but like, is he old enough to drink? Like, how old is this kid?
25. He's like our age.
I don't know, but if a guy next to me, if I was on a date with a guy and he was telling the girl next to me that he thinks she's beautiful, like I
didn't
wanted
even
to see,
speak
like
to
Nikki's
Nikki.
such a sweetheart. I wanted Nikki to like throw a drink on him or something, Like I want Nikki, like next episode, I want you to like throw
What
a
about when
drink
she
on
said
someone.
when she said the chances of me going home with Stevie are
the Michael
as
Jackson
good as
quote.
me seeing Michael Jackson alive again.
Yeah,
And
that
he's
was
not
great.
coming back from the dead,
Yeah, I like
so
that she
it's not
clarified,
happening.
That's impossible. By the way, he will never come back. Oh, thank you, Nikki, for that clarification.
But you know
wonderful.
what? I'm super happy that she went to the bar after and stayed out and partied.
Yeah,
And
she's
met
like, "Rachel,
single
I'm
guys.
staying. I'll take that shot.
Yeah, but she got mad about it the next morning. She's like, Rachel, you left me
Yeah.
at a bar by myself in Boston. So I think she was too drunk to like realize that she had to go home.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
also I was very confused that they said that the Stevie and PJ are small business owners, and then they said, oh, they must be great with their hands. Like a small business can be anything. It could be like typing in the computer. They could be like lumberjacks.
they didn't
And Nikki with
clarify.
her calluses.
I know. Well, can you get calluses from selling lemonade like outside your door? Yeah, he literally could
It
be
could
doing
be anything. So I was just very confused
Small
that they think, oh,
business.
yeah, great with hands.
But who likes those are disgusting.
Well, I know I had friends like in New York that would always say, "Oh, I love like the working man with like the big thick hands," and like they would say the same thing Nikki's saying. I've
What?
heard it. Yeah, but
Blue collar?
it's the type of person. We live in LA. It's a little different here. I mean, it's the lifestyle.
And are they still single or?
No,
How are those friends doing that?
They
blue
they
collar man?
honestly date both, but I'm saying like they like that like strong. It's like dating the guy at the gym with the big muscles. It's the same idea.
Yeah.
They like it because he's buff, he's strong, he could protect them. It's that kind of concept. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I just
yeah.
buy them some lotion.
But
for
if
those
you have calluses
Only-
on your
Get a pumice
hands, like
stone.
Yeah.
There are solutions. 21st century.
The only thing I'm really upset about is that VH1 did not film Nikki at the bar by herself because I
Yeah.
wanted to see what she was doing with the guys after and what happened.
Yeah, I was
completely
curious how
agree.
she got home too. She
Yeah,
was
that
very
also.
drunk.
Why
I
would
totally
they
missed
show
that
that?
yeah.
That should be in like extended cuts online or something.
Well, Nikki's clearly, she should have her own show because I've learned
Yeah.
so much from Nikki. You know, this episode I learned that Michael Jackson's not coming back and the Mermaid Museum exists.
Right.
Oh, the mermaids.
Oh, and that's another thing. She's been out of work for a year. Poor girl, love her. But
And her money's running out. Like, how much money did she make from her last job to spend to have money for a year?
And she
Think
in
can't
about
that
it.
nice
parallel
apartment
park.
she's
In that
living
nice
in.
apartment, going out every night, like she had to have a pretty good job, and I don't think that's very true. So I think she's been out of money for a little.
She
bit.
has, but
Yeah,
I
I
honestly would
agree.
love to see her become a bartender in this season.
Oh,
I think
that would
if
be
Nikki, I
interesting.
think that would just be like so like great.
Yeah, we learned so much about Nikki this episode.
We really did.
It will be more
What
like
is the
along the
Mermaid Museum?
lines. Well, I don't know. I've never heard of it, but it sounded like she was saying it was in Florida. No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And she
yeah.
was gonna
Come
come
in.
you.
It is in Florida. She was gonna-
Have you been, Naz?
no, I have not.
Because Naz is from Florida. So. Interesting.
Just tell us the truth. You worked at the Mermaid Museum.
No, I didn't.
You look like the Mermaid Museum.
No,
type.
but we did learn a lot about Nikki, and I think the whole parallel parking thing is hilarious because we were all talking about lingo earlier and like Boston lingo, and she's such a townie. She's like, I've lived in Boston all my life, but like, yet she still uses a GPS. She can't parallel park. This poor old woman comes in her car.
Well,
she
she first
loses the dog.
asked the
She
Chinese
loses-
delivery man. He goes, "Ma'am, I gotta get to my deliveries," and she's like, "Oh, you can't park my car." That's so
She
crazy.
looks like a terrifying driver. I was scared.
Yeah,
for
like
the
get off the
cameraman in
roads if
road.
she's driving next to you. That's all I have to say.
Okay, this is something. I have a question about this.
Okay.
So we were talking about this earlier, guys, when we were watching the show. So when Rachel's talking to Nikki on the phone, she said, "Hey, did you park your car yet?" With that strong, distinct
Right.
Boston accent that we talked about last episode.
Yeah.
But then the confessional comes on, and the park goes to park. And it was a completely different accent. So I'm wondering, do you think she heightens up that accent just for the show? What do you
Yeah,
guys
like
think?
where, you know what? I honestly, after you.
It was it's such a
no,
strong
it
difference.
was such a strong difference, and I honestly feel like Rachel may be putting it on.
Just for like attention.
It's just so different.
Yeah, because her Boston accent is so strong, and that's something you notice. So I saw that difference in her confessional, and I was like, this is very weird.
Well,
Like,
Gabby, you're from New York. Do you find like sometimes your accent comes out like more than other times? But that's like, that was so different.
Yeah,
Wasn't it?
that's what I was gonna say actually. Well, being now that she's in a different part of the city and she's around people that don't have thick accents like she does, and I don't know how long she's been living there, but when you're around people that speak differently than you kind of take on that
Right.
accent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even living here,
Yeah.
people lose it a little. So, and I don't sound like how I used to sound back in Long Island, but when my friends come around, it comes out, or when I'm drinking, it comes out.
Yeah.
So, when she's ordering Chinese, yeah, you're not going to understand her.
Right.
But when she's sober, you know, so I I
was a
feel
mess.
like at those times, maybe it's rubbing off that she's around other people that don't have a strong accent.
See, I wonder if it's the other way around, that when during the confessional, she thinks, okay, I need to sound very proper, and so she like loses her accent, like
Could be.
consciously saying, I need to sound a little
I mean,
bit
she knows she's
Yeah.
on TV now, so you
Yeah.
never know what's going through her head.
Yeah, but I don't know which one's like the real.
But I don't think the strong accent is fake. I think it's just from where she is from.
Yeah.
Because even Kevin said she's not from Boston. She's from somewhere else,
Oh,
Southie
really?
or wherever she's from.
Yeah, she's from Southie.
So, and the people over there, I guess, speak
Differently.
Differently
Well,
and more
Rachel,
strong.
if you hear us, we would love for you to come on the show so we could hear your real accent. And you
Yeah,
can tell
or
us-
maybe a new
and settle
accent.
this debate, yeah.
And tell us what's going on, because this is pretty serious. I need to know.
Fans at home, let us know your thoughts by commenting us and rating us. Let us know if you think her accent is real or fake, or she's trying to make it different. So we have iTunes, which you can definitely give us 5 stars for if you love us. And you can watch us on YouTube because it's amazing. So do all of the above.
It's
Thank you
wickedly
very much.
amazing.
It's
We haven't
wickedly
used it yet.
amazing.
We haven't used the adjective
I know,
yet.
not tonight yet,
Not
but we
tonight.
will like 5 times over.
Yeah, definitely.
So you guys,
So wicked.
the next topic I did want to talk about is Chelsi, and it seems that every time she goes out with her guy group and the crew, she always seems to cockblock every situation when it comes to Chubs and Joe.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the first scene, like when they're all sitting at dinner, and Chubs literally says to her, like, either you're gonna have sex with us, or you need to leave us alone when we get to the bar and try and meet girls. Because every time a girl comes up to Chubs, you see Chelsi come out of the bushes, and she's just like, no way is that girl gonna go home with Chubs. And this episode, you really saw it,
No,
because
she-
Chubs finally
Absolutely.
gets that blonde girl, and they're having a great time, and the girl wants to go or tells him to go home with her, and then Chelsi comes, and it's like all hell breaks loose, and she's like, you're not going home with her, and it's like, why does she do that? Like, we know she loves him, but then you go for him.
Absolutely. And I know the last week I said that I did not think that Chelsea was in love with
Yeah.
Chubs.
Well, how do you feel
No,
now?
you changed your mind.
How do you feel now?
Okay,
How do you feel
ladies.
now?
It just makes me mad when Chelsea's like, haha, like I'm the only girl that's gonna go home with Chubs and he's still not gonna get any. It's like, come on, Chels. Like the boy's it's gonna get blue down there. Like poor Chubs, he's 30 years old now. Like I feel, no, like I honestly
gonna
feel
die.
so bad for
When that
Chubs.
happened.
And it's like, I don't know. She's just causing all these issues for him. Like she almost wrecked his birthday like last week, and now she's like, ruining everything with him now. And I don't know. I just feel bad for him.
I just wonder if she thinks that everyone's gonna make fun of her if she ends up like sleeping with him or dating him, and so she thinks, nope, can't happen.
I think she's having
maybe, I
fun
mean,
teasing him.
Yeah, and but finally, I feel like at the end we kind of get her to admit that she likes him, because she says, if he cleaned up his act, lost a little weight, went to the gym, didn't get a mess,
Everything?
stopped
Yeah, she
sweating.
names off, like, 10 things.
Basically, if he changes,
if he gets plastic surgery and becomes a doctor
who
tomorrow.
he is, she'll date him, and it's like,
Yeah, I would date
like,
Chubs too.
and she,
Yeah, if he did all the above, please.
Let's touch that.
That's
Naz-
everything that he has a
Naz
problem
has
with.
a thing for Chubs.
I'm a chubby chaser. I think Chubs, I think you should use that term for every girl.
He's not even that chubby.
No,
It's
it's
just
just
his
based on his
stomach.
stomach. Yeah, they used to call me tire waist Naz. Just because I got a tire around my waist.
Oh my
I'm just
God.
kidding.
They did it.
They totally never did that.
They did.
No,
I
but
know
the
this
fact
girl
that
too
his
well.
nickname is from his stomach, like I think that's so funny. But whatever.
great.
Back to cock blocking Chelsi, like it needs to stop. And
Right.
like it's just I don't know. I just think it's so messed up. And then even the next morning, she like went in there to play footsie with him, or like she made him smell her toes or something.
Ew.
And it's
Her
like
She
broken
broke
toe.
her toe, and so she wanted to show him.
oh, she broke her toe.
Smell
Yeah.
her toes.
No,
Wait.
but he's like, your toes smell bad.
This
He's,
is
like,
why they're
mentioning-
perfect.
I know they're perfect. They're exactly the same person in a female and male version.
I don't know,
No,
because I don't see
no.
Chubbs cock blocking Chelsea.
because he doesn't care.
He doesn't care. He's a guy. He's not going to do that. Chelsea actually cares. She said if he changes, she said she's emotionally in love with him, just without the sex. So it's like,
Yeah, I'm emotionally in love with mac and cheese, but like I don't like, you know what I mean? Like you don't. What does that even mean? Like she clearly likes him. Do you know what I'm saying? And I honestly think they've hooked up before.
I think she's depressed. I think she needs a psychiatrist. I think, like, if I saw her in the street, I'd probably cross at their side so to like walk by her. You know?
She's just an angry person.
I'm just like, yeah,
we
she's
already
very
said that
angry, and I
last
don't
time.
want to.
Jeff also doesn't like
Yeah.
unclean people, and I
And-
feel like you get this like feeling.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys,
I did that.
there was something really okay. So she also said this that night. She said, "I want Chubs to pay attention to me." So she admitted she's a little
Yeah.
self-absorbed and wants all his attention, which we already knew from the other episode. And then she said, "Too bad he's not getting any." Which did we mention that just now? Because she actually said that. Too bad he's not getting any when she cock blocked.
Yeah,
Which she could have
with the blonde
potentially
girl.
got some. Yeah.
Yeah, and she cockblocked it, and instead of her, and then she says that comment. It's like,
But why are you against him? It's your friend, right?
Yeah.
I'm telling
Yeah.
you guys.
She's
They're
just
getting
really-
married.
No,
She spends the night there every weekend.
she's really, I think she's just
Yeah.
really territorial, and like Chubs is all hers, and she doesn't want anyone else to have him. And
Okay,
that's all
wait.
she's hanging on to right now, because she doesn't like Rachel. Chrissy, even, you know, when you watch the episodes, like Chrissy's kind of friends with Rachel and Nikki too, and it's like Chubs is Chelsea, you know, Chubs and Joe
She's
are
just very
Chelsea's guys.
and that's how the whole thing started with Rachel too. Like we saw in our last episode, we talked about it. She gets super territorial over Chubs, whether it's Rachel, whether it's this blonde girl he made out with in the bar. Like she does not want him to have any other girl, but she doesn't want him to have her either. It's
So-
like figure it out.
So
Yeah.
going back to my
Come
Chelsea's
on,
depression
Mom.
theory, perhaps she thinks that maybe she's not good enough for Chubs and he won't like her. So like she doesn't want to even like put herself out there.
Yeah,
Not good enough for Chubbs.
yeah.
Right, I guess.
I think it's the opposite. He's not good enough for her. She's probably thinking in her
You think
head.
she thinks that?
Because she wants to fix all these things about him. And you know what? Did you guys notice when they went back to sleep after they went out drinking? She was in a bed, and he like laid on top of her, and then all of a sudden they cut to like him sleeping in his own bed. So like, what exactly happened? Is she sleeping in a spare room?
I thought that was like a different bed.
Yeah, which we were talking about too. Do they have like an extra room?
Yeah,
in
that's
Club
what I
Med?
want to know. Do they
That's
have
where
an
I'm
extra
staying if
room
I'm
in
coming
Club
to
Med?
Boston.
When we come to Boston, can we stay in your spare room in
Make
Club
room,
Med?
Chubs. Naz is
No,
got
because
your
it
room.
could be like the Jersey Shore.
I want the snack drawer or whatever the cheese.
No,
is.
Chelsea's gonna
green
cock
towel
block you
room.
from all the mac and cheese.
That's so funny.
I love that Chubbs said his like one requirement to date somebody. She's a girl.
Yeah,
Yeah, 2 legs.
That's all
She's a
he
girl.
needs.
But that's a
Obviously, I'd
lot of
have sex with her.
requirements from guys, you know? 2 legs.
Yeah, these days
Not
it's like
picky.
something, right? Just kidding.
Let's talk about Joe though, because like, what is Joe's appeal? I don't get it. He gets the girls, like especially we saw in this episode, you know, in the beginning, Chubbs and Joe fought over Lila. Was that her name?
Lila, yes.
Lila.
The blonde, pretty blonde, tall.
She's tall.
She's tall, and they're like, we're gonna have this contest. Who's gonna get Lila first? And Joe goes, well, obviously I'm gonna win. And Joe just has this confidence going on, but like I don't get the appeal. Like, but he gets the girl. He ended up with the girl.
But how can he not be confident when he's like up against Chubbs?
Yeah.
You know, he's like a shining example of like manhood
Chubbs is
when he's
fun,
out with
though.
Chubbs.
I don't know. If I had to pick, I mean, if you guys want to bet down, I would hang out with Chubbs.
Chubbs is fun.
Chubbs is fun. He's a
who would
good
you date?
time. Chubbs.
Okay.
If he fixed all those 10 things on the checklist, I said that before.
I would date PJ.
Yeah, PJ's not in the running.
know.
Kat.
We
have
actually think
Joe or
PJ's
Chubbs.
chubby. So maybe PJ should be chubby.
Yeah.
PJ's like a fit, like he's a little bigger.
You think he's fit? I think he's like hiding something.
No, I don't think he's okay. I think he's fit, but not like completely in shape and like muscly. I feel like he's just okay.
Yeah.
You know,
Compared
he's
to
just
Joe, yeah, I would definitely
Bulky.
pick PJ over Joe. But again, like you mentioned, like Joe's appeal, I don't get it. Like, and then he calls Rachel for the booty call, but then like 20 minutes before, he's like, Rachel, like you're pathetic. Or like in the last episode, he's like, you're pathetic. Like I would never. And it's
That's
like,
the best though, that booty call. He goes, so what time you got to be at work tomorrow?
he's
And
like,
she's
why do you do work
9.
from
Why? He
here?
goes, but I feel like your job, you can do work from home. And she goes, so what if I do that? Like, what's your point? Like he would not just say like, come over. And he's like, can you do work from home from my house? And she's like, what are you talking about? I'm not sleeping with you.
But yeah, she didn't get off the phone though. She never said like I'm going to bed. She answered the phone to begin with. I kind of felt like she was
Well,
like
'cause she
taunting
likes
him.
it.
well,
yeah.
this is
wants
the
the
classic
attention,
example.
yeah.
Actually, you know, when you think about it, Joe and Rachel, the classic example of what happens to everyone in life. Like, you never really say, like, I want to come over. You're always like, oh, so you want to work from home? I got a fax
I've
machine.
never heard that.
Well, okay. I have. No,
Naz has experience.
Anyone
pick
that's
up the-
calling you at 2 a.m., Naz, you should probably not pick up the phone
No.
because that's why we're wicked single.
No, yeah. No, I completely agree.
Nice.
But then Rachel calls Joe at the end of the episode
'Cause she
too
loves
because
the
she wants
attention.
because you want what you can't have. And PJ's a great guy compared to Joe, I think. And it's like, why is she already kind of got drunk and messed up the date, and now it's like
However,
you're calling Joe.
as ridiculous as this situation is, I love how Rachel stood up for herself and was like, "What are you getting at?" Was
Yeah.
being a bitch the whole
Yeah,
time.
and then she's like, bye,
Yeah.
bye, I'm leaving, bye, I'm getting off the phone.
I love that because most girls would be like, okay, like I'll be there like in 10 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Nikki probably would have been there in 10 minutes. Chelsea would have been there in 10 minutes.
I don't know. know if Nikki would have been there because Nikki didn't go home with Stevie. So.
Yeah, but I feel like Nikki wants
couldn't
it.
park, so she couldn't get inside.
Nikki could take the tea.
I just feel like she stayed on the phone as long as she did because she was trying to like have him like win her over. She was like giving him that chance, and she wanted him to.
Yeah.
Like, do we think that Rachel and Ross? No. Do we think that Rachel and Joe will end up together?
Friends
at the end?
reference.
No.
It's a different show.
I think PJ is going to work out for her for now.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's into her. I think he was just like, you know what? She got drunk. Like, I still like the girl.
I think that would scare him away. What
Oh, well,
happened?
actually-
Carrying her
Most
to the
guys,
room?
but I'm telling you, he kissed her on the cheek goodbye. Like, a guy that was over it wouldn't do that. He'd just be like, see ya, Rachel, and
No, it was
walk
like a kiss
out.
on the cheek goodbye
No,
for
that's
good.
yeah,
a
that's
nice
like
life.
that doesn't mean anything. The kiss on the cheek is like
Oh, it
the
doesn't?
for a guy. Most guys want to stick their tongue down your mouth in other places. So I just
Oh
feel
my
like
God, I'm learning so much about the
I
male
just feel
species.
like the kiss on the cheek is like the most innocent thing a guy at his age at
He's
30
being
or whatever
respectful.
could do.
In front of the
Which is
camera,
why
he
you
has to
don't
do
like
that.
him.
Listen, being respectful doesn't get you airtime. Let's just put it that way.
I don't know.
Tell
I
that
just
to Chrissy, who did not see the whole time.
That's
Too
true.
respectful, I guess.
No, well,
But I think that's one of my biggest problems with the show is that they've seen other reality shows and they said, okay, let's just do the dramatic parts. Let's just do the parts when they go out and they black out. But we're not seeing the parts when they like do restaurant time and like do their laundry. So we're not like getting in love with the characters. We're not like nothing relatable, just the drama.
because they don't. They literally like get drunk,
They
go
have
to
to
sleep,
do
and
other
go to
things.
work.
Well, I think they're just trying to kind of get viewers. You know, it's only the 3rd episode, and what do viewers like? Drama, partying, drinking. That's how Jersey Shore got its fame, you know? So
Yeah.
I think they're trying to just get us all in
But
there.
I'm just worried that they're doing too much drama without making the characters likable to begin with. You don't have that
well,
problem?
I'm already liking the character.
Because I think that's why we like. Sorry, no. I just think that that's why we like Rachel and Nikki so much because their relationship is the strongest one we see compared to anybody else.
I agree with Jeff.
Yeah.
I think they're the
Yeah.
ones we know most about. Like, I don't
true.
really
And we're
get
rooting for
Chelsea.
them.
Yeah, and I'm rooting. I honestly root for Rachel because we know the most about Rachel. Like, we've seen Rachel with her family. You know, we know that she's the one girl. She's the middle one.
We've seen
she
her
hasn't
reflect
gotten
the
married.
bridesmaid, never a bride.
Always a bridesmaid, never a bride.
Story of
and,
our life.
And we know that Nikki wants to be a bartender or work at the Mermaid Museum. You know, like we know their backstories, but
there are girls.
all we really know about Chelsi, Joe, and Chubs is that they go out and Pahty Hahdah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
I just think if they like built a little more relationships, I don't know if it's like the producers or the editor's job, then we would like be a little more invested in the drama too when it does happen at night.
Which
Yeah.
I was even saying to you guys, I said it to Naz on the phone today, I honestly think this show is shorter than most hour-long slots because when we were watching the other day, like Kevin was talking to us for like 25 minutes and we started so late, yeah, we ended on time, if not earlier,
Yeah.
a few minutes
Right.
earlier. So to me, I'm like, how many commercials are in this show? Like, there's a lot, so I don't even feel like they fill up enough time. So they're definitely editing out a lot, for sure.
Yeah.
But it would be nice if they could either add more or at least give an online presence where they're giving us those things online, those
Yeah.
deleted scenes or extras that we
Definitely.
can get.
Well, there
we can
are on
relate
VH1's website.
But like, are they showing what you want to see? Probably not.
Yeah, like more of the backstory of like
Yeah.
what
And
we're
doing
talking
laundry,
about.
no, that's not on
yeah,
there.
exactly. More the backstory.
GTO.
Yeah. You know, Chelsea also mentioned a lot during the show, like their core group of friends. She kept mentioning that, but I don't know yet in the show who is the core group. You know, I don't know.
Well,
like-
they kind of had this separation. We talked
Yeah,
about that
the
for
Rachel, Nikki.
Chubs, Rachel, Joe. Even Rachel even slept. I'm sorry. Chelsea, Joe, Chubs. Chelsea even crashed at Club Med. You know this episode.
Yeah.
And then there's Rachel and Nikki, and that it's
And then
just
Chrissy's
distinct-
kind of
Chrissy's
like
just random.
No, she's like I feel like she has like her feet in both pools.
Yeah, and that's what we were talking about. She's kind of like a yes girl. Like she doesn't want the drama. She's kind of like, oh, I'm your friend and I'm your friend. But it's like they need to kind of combine the team, you know? Because I mean,
But Chelsea's not going to let that happen, or at least not right
No.
now. I don't see that happening.
no.
So we
Because she
think the
doesn't
core-
want anyone getting close to Joe and Chubs.
Right.
So we think the group is Chelsea, Joe, Chubs, and Chrissy.
Yeah, I think Chrissy's more on
'cause
Chelsea's
Chrissy's-
side.
right? Because Chrissy's more.
Because they
with
get
Chelsea.
Manny Petties together. I definitely think she's more on their side.
Kind of versus Rachel, Nikki.
Yeah.
I want to see them together, like maybe like a play date.
Well, Chelsea already has a date planned with Nikki.
Yeah, which is going to be
Yeah.
so interesting because I think that's not going to go over too well with Rachel.
No.
She's already really mad about it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I
know
can't wait to see that.
Interesting. I know that the producers said that they didn't want to like plan events and like interrupt their lives or kind of like reality style, just filming them do their thing. But kind of for viewership, I wish they would just like push them into like a group picnic or something they had to do together, just to have them all together.
Maybe they won't if they get a second season. If they see what we're saying and all the fans are
And why wouldn't they listen to
requesting-
us, right?
No, well, it happens. Listen, we do a lot of after shows here, and a lot of the executives will watch these shows and tune in and tell their castmates to watch. I.e., Chubs tweeting at us. I know you guys, sorry, we're going to announce that, but
Alex is excited.
it came up in the topic, which we should get into news and gossip next.
Yeah.
But Chubs literally tweeted at us right after the show went up. So he's aware of it, and he's watching, and he loves it. So you
so
guys,
excited.
now I think it's time for news and gossip.
Oh my word.
Yeah.
TV News.
So this episode, Jamie was non-existent.
No.
Right.
And her beau.
And her beau, which has been a
thank
big point of
God.
contention. Well, she tweeted last Tuesday morning and said, "Safe to say the hair bow is going into retirement."
Thank God.
Bravo.
Nice. She probably got a lot of hate mail about that one.
Well,
yeah.
the funny part is that she tweeted that at 6:30 a.m. on East Coast time. So it's like she like kept up all
Was that
night.
on Easter?
Yeah, no. it was
Maybe
on
she saw a 12-year-old
Tuesday.
wearing it at mass, and she was like, maybe it's time I should take this off.
I was like, she couldn't sleep about it. She was like, okay, I gotta tweet. I gotta get this off my chest. No more bows.
Jamie.
And on behalf of AfterBuzz TV viewers everywhere, bravo. Bravo.
Yes.
I'd like to dedicate this show to them, if that's okay. The bows.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Let's call them the bows. That should be our fans. The bows.
The bows.
No.
You guys, I might
No.
throw up again.
Stop throwing up.
Is that
Get
Nikki?
it together.
Leave
my
it to
word.
Jamie to throw it up.
And then Chelsi had a funny tweet. She tweeted last night, "My lazy eye was ruthless in tonight's episode. Ha 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 ha."
Just like that. Huh.
Lots of ha ha ha's. I never knew her lazy eye existed. Did you guys see that?
No, but I cannot wait to look for
I know.
Chelsea's lazy eye.
Sometimes I think I have a lazy eye.
I think everyone kind of has
Just
lazy eye.
one eyelid closes sometimes.
But you have a side bang, so it works.
Oh,
Like,
it works,
hides
it works.
Maybe that's what her.
Oh, well,
If
what's
Jeff
my
Masters
excuse?
1 says it works, then it works.
Absolutely. I don't know. So be on the lookout for the lazy eye. I know I'm gonna be.
Yes, and okay, let's get back to Chubs tweeting at us because it was probably the
Right.
most exciting thing. If you guys can see on the monitor over here, right after, I think Gabby actually did it first. You Instagrammed a picture of us at AfterBuzz doing the Wicked Single after show.
Yes.
And then Chubs favorited it and retweeted it back to us. So finally
Touchdown.
he's like, "Love it!" Exclamation point. You don't see that in this interaction here. And we wrote back, "Oh, we love you too. Come stop by the AfterBuzz studio when you're in LA." And he wrote back, "Don't threaten me with a good time. Let's make it happen." So, Chubs, we're so excited that you responded to us.
Wait,
And
hashtag chubby love. Don't
and
forget that.
Chubby
Yeah.
love.
Yes.
Hashtag chubby
Wicked
chasers.
Single fans
chubby
out
love.
there, Chubby Love is trending on the reg when Wicked Single is on, and we need to start using that in your tweets. If you love Chubby, Naz,
I do. I'm
you
a
need
chubby
to start
chaser.
tweeting Chubby Love.
I know. I'm gonna start.
Start chubby chasing.
I am gonna start chubby chaser.
But yes, we're so excited, Chubs, that you noticed us, and we do this after show, for you, and we love you. So hopefully we can get that something together, and you can come visit the AfterBuzz studio because we would love to have you.
Maybe drinks after with Naz.
Yeah. I won't cock block.
So Naz actually has the official Twitter handles of all of your favorite castmates from Wicked Single. Naz, you want to read them off?
Yeah,
so you
I'll read
can
them
tweet
off.
them.
Yeah, I'll read them off so you guys can tweet them, and don't forget to tweet Chubs, Chubby Chaser. All right, so Joe's is at Joe Wicked Single. Typical Joe, just standard.
Joe.
So practical. You
Yeah,
know,
so
that's me.
realistic, Joe.
That's all you get. Joe,
Joe
Wicked,
Wicked
Single.
Single.
All right, then there's Nikki. It's Boston Nikki. And then
Townie.
she's such a townie. We were talking about lingo, and townie,
Yeah.
I guess, is like someone. I don't know, Gab, do you know this term since you're
No,
from
I'm
that
from
area?
Long Island.
She's not from Boston.
Well, I don't know why. I just like
Way
group
different.
it all together. I got a
Yeah.
Florida education. Anyway, so it's Boston Nikki, and then Rachel's it's Boston Rach, and then Chelsea's just Chelsea, and I don't want to butcher her last name, but it's
I think it's Puglisi, right?
Puglisi, right?
It's probably Italian.
Yeah, she's Italian?
Puglisi. Pugliese, and
Maybe
then
that's where her
Chubs,
anger comes from.
and then Chubs is it's Chubs. Chrissy's the real Chrissy M, and Jamie's Jamie PRU.
Yay. Well, let's get back to that lingo because, we talked about that in our first
Special
episode.
segment.
Special segment.
That was it.
All of our fans
tea, the
love
tea.
it.
From me.
We learned learned some things today. We learned about the tea from Phil.
Thank you, Phil.
Phil went to
that.
Emerson and really loves the tea and takes it or took it all the time.
Well, let's tell him what the tea is.
So the tea is like a Subway. There's
There's a letter.
It's a T. I think it kind of goes in the T. No, but there's a longer. It's a longer.
It's special, you guys. Oh, Phil's coming in. He's gonna explain it.
Come in and tell us about the tea.
The real Boston kid.
You guys, it's tea time with Phil.
Hold on, I can't actually hear myself.
Are we in trouble?
We can hear you.
All right,
Phil,
well, I'll
what's
just
the
talk
tea?
anyway. No, because, all right, to all the fans, I love that these guys dissect the show like they're looking at someone in Africa. They're creatures in Africa. Oh, the culture's so different. What is this tea that you speak of? Southie? What is this? So
Tell us.
well, I'm not going to, well, fans know that I will be working personally with these guys to make sure that they understand the full culture of Boston and all that is Boston. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
What have we learned today?
We learned about the tea, but what's the full title of it?
The MBTA.
NBTA.
What does that stand for?
Who knows?
Phil, are you serious? Epic fail.
Nobody fucking knows. Bunch of
Double
queers.
fail. Triple fail.
I know. See,
Phil,
I'm
get
a
off the
bad
mic.
example of what to do here at AFTERBUZZ TV.
Oh my God.
Anyway,
Next week,
enjoy.
Phil will figure out a lingo and come back to us and give us some
Oh, I got
info.
a lingo. What do you want? You want to go to the
Yeah.
packet? We can smoke. We could get some beers.
Give us a few
What's the
lingos. We
Yeah.
want to hear what people in Boston talk
What do you want to know? Like, what are you trying to achieve with this lingo?
I don't
Like,
know.
what's one of the most common words that you used in
Yeah.
high school?
In high school?
Yeah, you know, like those high
College.
school words or college.
High
Yeah.
school words. Oh my God.
We're putting him on the spot.
What did you say when you were
Tell us-
going to
come
leave
back
school?
Next week. You can tell us next week. You'll have a week to think
All
about
right,
it.
there you go. I'll do that. We'll do
Put him
that.
on the spot.
And we want all the Boston fans, because I would honestly love to know if you guys tweet us, like what you guys
tweet
use.
us, comment on us, let us know some of your favorite Boston lingo because we love learning about it.
Sure do. And next time they talk about the tea, don't be confused. Now we know.
Yeah, now we
Thanks,
know.
Phil.
I can go to
I
sleep.
think that whole segment was really confusing, but we'll have like a clearer topic next week because I don't even know what we were just trying to learn.
What is Boston? I think that's what we're trying to
What
learn.
is Boston? That's
Like a
good
Jeopardy
one.
question.
Thank you, Phil, though.
While we're asking
Thank
questions,
you.
though, did you guys see Chubs' tattoo on his
Yeah,
right
when he
arm?
put his arm up.
I
What is
could not
that?
for the life of me figure it out, and so I researched it online and ... I could not figure it out still.
What, you really had me
So-
going there. I'm literally on the
Yeah,
edge
I
of my
thought there
seat.
was gonna be an answer.
Chubs,
So
tweet
Chubs,
us.
let us know.
Tweet us with what your tattoo is.
If
Tweet
you're
us a
fan and
picture
you
of
know,
it.
Tell us.
Yeah,
I want to
that'd be
know.
And you guys will see it here first. Thanks to Jeff. You'll see a picture of Chubbs' tat if you
Next week, I
Instagram
want it
to
right
us.
here.
That's so funny. So, what do you guys think about upcoming episodes? What do you predict's going to happen?
Okay, when it
Maybe
comes
next week.
to PJ and Rachel, I think she's going to mess it up. And I think it's going to be because of Joe, and it's really going to make me mad.
Do you think it is already messed up, or it will?
No, I don't think it's already messed up. I think she'll definitely go on another date with PJ, or there'll definitely be a time where they all go out, and Joe's either going to get jealous because he's never showed that side before, or Rachel's just going to be mad because you want what you can't have.
And Joe's not going to show any attention.
Yeah, and PJ's going to get mad because he's going to be like, you're leaving me for @It's Joe Wicked Single, you know? So that's my prediction, is that it's going to get better and then it's going to get really bad.
Okay, my prediction is that Chelsi and Chubs are going to get closer. Not like, I don't know if they're actually
Like
going to
sexually?
Physically or emotionally?
I think that, I think that her jealousy is going to get to its like height. I don't know necessarily in the fall next episode, but by the end of the season, they will hook up. And I think I predicted this last week also, but I think that it will happen. I think that, they're put in these situations where they're constantly hanging out with each other and there's this sexual tension going on. They will hook up by the end of the season.
I agree with
My
that.
word, I can't wait to see. But I'm
I don't really want
excited.
to see that, but I know it'll happen.
I have no predictions. I love the preview for next episode where Rachel and Chelsea have to smack down. So I'm really excited to see what happens.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Yay.
that's going to be good.
Yeah. I can't
Did
wait
they
for that.
like reveal as to why, like kind of prelude to why they're going to get into a SmackDown?
Well, I don't know if it's like true, but Rachel was yelling at her, yelling at Chelsea, saying, "You slept with Joe." Drama.
Rachel said that to Chelsea.
But here comes Chelsea
You
again, the
guys.
gatekeeper. Don't touch Joe.
Don't touch Joe.
Wait a sec, though. This is bad because it's Joe versus Chubs.
Yeah. But they love their little like
Yikes.
challenges, like with Lila.
Yeah, but now it's like she's like gonna be leftovers. Like used goods.
I'm just nervous
How
to see
does
what
Chubs
happens.
feel about that? You know, I
I
think
don't think Chubbs cares at all.
the only way I think when they hook up, they're gonna be absolutely gone.
Yeah.
To the point where one may not remember hooking up with the other.
definitely.
But then things
You
are going to
know?
get so complicated because one's just going to be more invested than the other after that. Because right now they're both kind of at a perfect spot. They're like, yeah, we're friends. We drink, we play footsie. You like, I broke my toe, I show it to you.
Yeah.
But then it's, after they hook up, I think it's definitely going to get really
Well, Chelsea's
interesting.
obviously Chelsea's the girl. She's gonna get more involved, and Chubbs is still gonna be Chubbs. And I think he'll just like hook up with her because she's there, which he said he already would because she's a girl in the first place.
I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I kind of would love to see Chubbs and Nikki together. I think Chubbs and Nikki would just be a great. Yeah,
I'm with you, Jeff.
Not like an episode of Girls Together, but just like I don't know, because you know how Chelsea was already like, let's meet up for drinks with Nikki. So let's say they go and they're all like friends, and then Nikki's like, oh no, Chubbs made out with me. Like, like I don't know,
I don't think Nikki would do that.
I don't think Nikki's into Chubbs. She likes the working man with his hands.
Yeah, and Chubbs
I
still
don't think
gets Chubbs
is
gets
on
a
the
garbage bag
standard.
from his mom full of like toilet paper and Chewy bars.
Oh yeah.
He's picking
That
up
was
something,
bizarre.
Nikki. He's picking up something.
I don't know.
Notice that Nikki's
These
face doesn't
references.
actually move. Like she's happy, she's sad, she's angry, and like she's kind of like
She might have
expressionless.
Botox.
Are you
I
saying
think
that
it's
she has
because-
plastic
I don't know.
surgery?
I think it's because
Botox.
of the eyebrows. Your eyebrows say a lot. I mean, when you're excited, when you're sad, when you're mad, they say a
Yeah,
lot. And we
I
can't
agree.
really see her eyebrows. Not offending Nikki, but we can't really see them. So maybe she just doesn't make an expression because of the eyebrows.
But I don't think it's like eyebrows or Botox though, because her voice is like missing a certain like inflection too when she's angry.
Yeah, it's just one tone.
Yeah.
monotone.
But that's what I love about it.
Yeah.
No, I
Because you
love
never
it. I just think
know,
it's
like,
weird. It's curious.
yeah.
I would love to see her just go on random dates with people and then also go on random job interviews. Being that she needs a job, I'd love to see her like in different elements. You know what I mean? Like how
love that.
Yeah, and how
Yeah.
like the Jersey Shore they had to have a job for
Right.
being
Yeah.
on the show. I would love to just see her out of her element, not even as a bartender, like doing something completely random.
So Nikki and Rachel doing like episodes of The Simple Life.
Yeah, that would be a great
That would be
idea.
amazing.
Like the
Or-
Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie.
Or if they all had to move in together, that would be so interesting.
Yikes.
Man.
Or not.
PJ would have to be in that house for that to work.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know. It was a good episode. I think it's getting better. I'm agreeing with you, Naz, that each episode that goes by,
Yeah,
you're
this is
more
a good
connected to
episode.
the characters. It
Yeah.
was a good episode.
It was great.
And I think it was more interesting. So
Can't wait for that
hopefully,
SmackDown next week.
yeah, I can't wait for that
Me
too.
too.
A cage match.
I know, me too.
I want more drama and I want more interesting things.
and
to
I want to
happen.
know what happens to the tampon.
that too.
Oh, I
Oh,
know.
wow.
I have so many
guys, that's a
questions
serious
that I cannot
issue.
ask on air.
What? What'd she call it though? Electric shock? She called it
Oh, yeah,
electric
shock syndrome.
But it's
Yeah.
toxic shock syndrome.
Exactly.
Toxic
She doesn't even know what it's
syndrome.
called.
She doesn't, but that's why we love Nikki.
love Nikki.
All right, well, thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate it. Where can we follow you all again? Let us know.
Jeff Masters 1.
At Alex Schiffman.
At the Naz Perez.
At Gabrielle_Loren. Thank you guys again, and we'll see you next week for episode 4.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.